Should Mikel Arteta start Eberechi Eze? Now, you've mentioned him already there, Eze, which would suggest the short answer to that is yes, but that is not what the Tactics Exposed Team Talk fans want. We need more detail, Dino.
Well, yes is definitely the short answer because, you know how much I admire him and I wish he was wearing a different colour shirt this season. And I think he's had a good start. I don't think we can go so far as say he's blown the doors off yet, and he's not been
bitterness, Dino.
No. I think he's been high quality, but I think Arsenal fans are probably expecting a little bit more.
Right.
And so again, I'm going to talk a little bit about Calafiori here again in this Eze part, and it's relevant to Mourinho. So it's good that leads one into the other. So I'm just going to push Calafiori back in to the back four there. Okay, so and then we've got Mourinho and Rice, and then we'll have the front three. We'll bring Zubimendi back in, and then the front three. Okay, so again, Arsenal in their generic 4-3-3 starting attacking position. So Eze naturally would be this position here, and so we're going to bring those last two questions together to make it the yes of why Eze should start. Okay, so let's go.
Well, you've committed to it.
Exactly.
Previous question. There's no going back.
I've committed to it. So City to press with a 3, and then you're going to drop Rice in to go in, or Zubimendi in to go and join the back 4 to play out, and then Mourinho in here, and then as I said, Rodri gets a little bit stuck. So then, what Manchester United didn't do well was pick up this ball here. So Arsenal will do it much better where Calafiori this side, and I actually think what they'll do is probably when they're playing out, is Madueke will come in and he will provide the width along with Calafiori.
So he's the available man for Reyes throws or passes.
Exactly that, which then means that's where we talk about Eze. So Eze will come into that position there where, again, giving Rodri a real problem. Okay? So that, and I expect Arsenal to build up much more on the right-hand side, and they'll try and get City in a position like this. Okay. Where City are here. Okay? So they'll flood this area here. And what Man United didn't do well enough, and I watched the Wolves game back again with played Man City. I watched the Tottenham game back, and I went through the clips that we did for the review shows, and City a lot got into this position, and it
when the other team are trying to play out.
When the other team are trying to play out, and it looks okay, right? You think, all right, we're man for man here, we're man for man here, we're man for man here. We've got a cover man here, and we've got the striker covered 2v1. So then Gyökeres makes a very unselfish run. That's what he'll do going that way. Richarlison did that for Tottenham in that Manchester City game against Spurs, and Wolves Strand Larsen did it very, very well in that game to little or no avail. Brighton again did it very well 2 or 3 times, dragging the defenders that way. So there we have it. That's what they're playing for. So then you can have a midfielder come in here and they'll look for a ball back in, either to the goalkeeper or the other centre-back, so that they can play into this area here. Calafiori, don't forget him. And then you've got this going on over here.
And this is Eze,
This is Eze. So Eze's natural instinct, obviously this is what they did for Palace as well, so this is going to be no shock to him, where it's not, I use the phrase cheating a lot in games. I say that when I coach my boys team as well, as like he's cheating you there as a defender because he's not running back. But we talked about it with Mbeumo a couple of weeks ago, where he's occupying a space where the midfielder and the defenders aren't quite sure what to do. Is the right half defender, the right 8, going to go back into him? Probably not.
It's not like a traditional position.
No, exactly, yeah. So that's where, again, I think Bernardo Silva is going to have a really, really massive role for Man City, and I think they'll play him on the right again, because if he comes into that position there, he can try and block off the Calafiori one, which means then the fullback, Rico Lewis or Nunes, can come in there and then work that out. So
interesting then, Dino. You still think after Martinelli and Trossard come off the bench to do so well in the week that Eze still gets the nod for you? Let us move on. I think, by the way, the answer to that question then was yes. But let's move on.
Especially if Odegaard's not fit, and if Odegaard is fit, then you've got a decision to make with Eze, because if Odegaard is fit, are you leaving out Mourinho, Rice or Zubimendi? Or do you then say, OK, we're going to play one of those midfielders in a left position against City to be solid first? So, but I mean, he's got some nice problems.
Exactly.
Arsenal and Manchester City are set for a mouth-watering clash that could shape the title race. with the spotlight firmly on two lethal strikers, Viktor Gyökeres and Erling Haaland. Arsenal's summer signing has been electric, bringing relentless pressing, sharp movement, and a clinical edge that gives Mikel Arteta's side a new dimension in attack. Across the pitch, Haaland remains City's unstoppable weapon, a powerhouse with frightening finishing ability who thrives on even the smallest chance. Their duel promises fireworks, as both defenses will be pushed to the limit by two very different but equally devastating forwards. Beyond the strikers, this showdown is more than just goals, it's a tactical chess match. Arteta knows he must find a way to neutralize Pep Guardiola's midfield dominance while unleashing the creativity of Odegaard, and Saka to feed Gyökeres. On the other hand, Guardiola will look to stretch Arsenal's back line with clever rotations and ensure Haaland gets the service he thrives on. With so much quality on display, the question isn't just who scores, but who seizes the big moments. Fans are in for a thriller where Gyökeres and Haaland's battle could define the night.